Once upon a time, there was a small boy named Max who loved nothing more than spending time with his dog, Charlie. Max and Charlie were inseparable. They went on adventures together and explored every inch of their small town. But one day, Max stumbled upon a cabin in the woods that he had never seen before. The cabin was nestled deep in the woods, surrounded by tall trees and thick brush. Max couldn't resist the temptation to explore it, and Charlie eagerly followed him. As they approached the cabin, Max noticed that it was old and weathered, but still standing strong. The front porch was littered with leaves and the windows were boarded up, but Max could see a faint light coming from inside. Without hesitation, Max and Charlie ventured inside the cabin. As they entered, Max was struck by the eerie feeling that he wasn't alone. He looked around but saw no one. However, he did notice that the cabin was filled with old furniture and had a cozy feel to it. Max and Charlie explored every room in the cabin, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. As they entered the last room, they saw a man sitting in a rocking chair by the fireplace. The man had a long beard and was wearing a flannel shirt and suspenders. He looked up as Max and Charlie entered the room. The man introduced himself as John and explained that he had been living in the cabin for many years. John had lived alone in the woods for so long that he was happy to have visitors. Max and Charlie spent the rest of the day with John, listening to his stories and playing with his cats. As the sun began to set, Max and Charlie said their goodbyes and promised to visit again soon. On the walk back home, Max realized that the cabin in the woods wasn't so scary after all. In fact, it was a warm and cozy place where he had made a new friend. From that day on, Max and Charlie visited John at the cabin regularly. They spent their afternoons exploring the woods, playing with John's cats, and listening to his stories. The cabin had become a second home for Max and Charlie, and they couldn't imagine life without it.